The main purpose of school, as we all know, is to learn. But is all education truly equal? What about students with disabilities? Of course, they are entitled to certain rights under the law, but do schools truly give them an equal advantage as everyone else? Or do schools have something to learn themselves? Hello, and welcome to this news report, where today we'll be diving deeper into these questions. Before we can understand what the schools are currently doing for their students, we must first understand what the law states every school must do. Under ID, schools must provide equal education to all students with disabilities at no cost and in the least restrictive way possible. Schools are also governed under the ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act, which prohibits discrimination against individuals with disabilities in any public setting. Some students feel there's room for improvement in our schools. Jordan Party, a wheelchair user here at EWG, had the following to say.
There's only one elevator, and it's very far, so it takes me a long time to get in between classes.
Luckily, the EWG school district has plans to renovate several places throughout the different schools. At the high school, they are currently renovating parking. Mr. Aronakis, the superintendent, said the following.
In fact, we have on the side, there's parking, but in order to get into the door that's closest to where the parking is, you have to climb stairs. That's going to be a new lot, and in that lot will be spots so that individuals with the tag can park there and enter into the building right there.
They also have plans for the auditorium.
And the auditorium, the one thing that has always bothered me is that in order for you to be able to access the stage, you actually have to leave the auditorium, go into what looks like a closet, go up the ramp, and then, so it's like you have to take a different path than everybody else. Stage will be refinished, and the stage is finally going to have an accessibility ramp that will not require somebody to do something completely different.
Renovations for the greenhouse are also planned.
Accessibility to the greenhouse is part of the plan, so that, because right now, it's all dirt, it's muddy, and it makes it really hard for certain kids to be able to get in and out of that space. But that is a classroom space. If the regulations around accessibility have to be followed.
Administrators are aware of a few other accessibility issues in our school as well.
I think in this building, having one elevator is an issue. You may have a class on the bottom floor down there, and you have to travel all the way to the center, go up, and then your class might be right upstairs from where you were the previous period, but you have to go way out of the way to get there.
Additionally, at other schools throughout the district, renovations for playgrounds are underway.
The playground at Lynham was not an accessible playground. Playground at Wowlin was not an accessible playground, and it will be fully accessible. Everything that they have will also be accessible, which is completely different than what we have right now.
The accessibility improvements were addressed along many other improvements in its school construction bond. The superintendent had the following to say about the support from the community.
We went from $95 million to $17,800,000, and every item that had to do with accessibility stayed.
Despite these improvements, however, there are still more accessibility issues that students would like to address. The party commented on both fire safety and the lack of adaptive sports.
This really feel like a safe route, because it's like on fire, then that's it. I want to do a lot. I love sports, and I can't do it because I've never tried out, but I don't even think they would put me on the team because it's not really possible.
While the school is making improvements to the accessibility, there is always room for improvement. For disabled students, having the most accessible environment possible is important to have an equal opportunity as all other students. And after all, it's their education and their futures as well.